Good evening, viewers. You're watching Mission 2024 in what was a historic verdict. The Speaker of the Maharashtra Assembly finally gave his verdict on disqualification. The real Shiv Sena, as per the Speaker, viewers, is the Shinde Sena. The Speaker has handed over the Sena to Shinde, but in turn has he also handed over the sympathy card to Uddhav Thackeray. Top focus on Mission 2024. Let me take you through the headlines. Shinde Sena declared as the real Shiv Sena. Speaker rules Eknath Shinde Sena leadership is valid, says Shinde Sena MLAs cannot be disqualified. Sonia Gandhi, Mallikarjun Kharge and Adhiranjan Chaudhary decline the Ram Mandir invite, claim inauguration turned into an RSS BJP project. Also say the Mandir is incomplete, only first phase over. Why is it that the Bharatiya Janata Party has inaugurated a temple right before Lok Sabha elections when the Mandir itself is not complete? BJP slams Congress's anti-Sanatan mindset. Murkier details unravel in the shocking murder of a 4-year-old child by his Bengaluru startup CEO mother. Cop suspect child may have been sedated before being smothered to death. Congress cracks the whip on Karti Chidambaram, issues a show cause to the MP for praising Prime Minister Modi's popularity over Congress's own Rahul Gandhi. BJP mocks the Congress, calls it insecure. Prime Minister Modi kicks off vibrant Gujarat summit with a guarantee of India's economic rise. Top business honchos laud the PM.
The 10th vibrant Gujarat summit.
In midst of diplomatic row with India, Maldives opposition demand formal apology from Muizu government for anti-India remarks. Pro-China policy slammed. All right, the latest news break coming in. The Speaker of the Maharashtra Assembly has declared the Shinde Sena as the real Shiv Sena. None of the MLAs of the Shinde Sena will be disqualified. Shinde Sena celebrates, says proven right. Uddhav Sena, the UBT Shiv Sena, in protest right now. Uddhav Sena has taken to the streets in Mumbai in protest. The workers of the party have clashed with police officers as I speak. Protesters have already been detained. All of this coming at the back of the Speaker in Assembly finally delivering his verdict on the disqualification as well as on who the real Shiv Sena is. Listen in to Sanjay Raut.
आज के रोज शिवसेना के मालिक है मिस्टर शिंदे, जैसे नार्वेकर ने कहा विधानसभा स्पीकर, उनकी उम्र क्या थी? क्या उनका जन्म हुआ था? अब वो शिवसेना के मालिक और बाला साहब ठाकरे जी की शिवसेना इतिहास जमा हो गई। भारतीय जनता पार्टी का ये एक बहुत बड़ा षड्यंत्र रहा, बहुत बड़ा पुराना सपना रहा था कि एक दिन हम बाला साहब ठाकरे की शिवसेना खत्म कर देंगे, लेकिन शिवसेना ऐसी खत्म नहीं होगी। आपके एक निर्णय से, आपके कागज से, आपके भाड़े के टट्टू के मुंह से कोई अधिकार और ऑर्डर देने से शिवसेना जनता में है, शिवसेना महाराष्ट्र के रगों रगों में है। तो आज का जो निर्णय है वो कोई फैसला नहीं है, वो कोई न्याय नहीं है, वो एक षड्यंत्र है।
शिवसेना सुप्रीम कोर्ट जाएंगे? सुप्रीम कोर्ट?
देखिए, हम सुप्रीम कोर्ट जरूर जाएंगे। हम न्यायालय में हमारी लड़ाई जारी रहेगी। ये जो कोई विधानसभा के स्पीकर है जिसको ट्राइब्यूनल का अधिकार दिया था सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने, उनको एक बहुत बड़ा नया इतिहास लिखने का मौका मिला था। संविधान के आधार पर निर्णय देने का और इतिहास निर्माण करने का उनको एक बहुत बड़ा मौका मिला था, वो मौका गंवाया है। और इस व्यक्ति ने भी महाराष्ट्र के पीठ में खंजीर खुपसा है। इस व्यक्ति ने जो संविधान पीठ पर बैठे हैं और निर्णय दिया है, उस व्यक्ति ने भी महाराष्ट्र के पीठ में खंजीर खुपसा है। और इतिहास उनको याद रखेगा कि जिसने भी ये निर्णय दिया है और जो आज इस निर्णय के बाद तालियां पीट रही है या फटाके बजा रहे हैं, वो सब महाराष्ट्र के गद्दार और बेईमान है और उनकी स्थिति मुसोलिनी जैसी होगी। मुसोलिनी ये मैच फिक्सिंग है। हम सुबह कहा था ये मैच फिक्सिंग है। ये मैच फिक्सिंग के सिवाय दूसरा कुछ नहीं है। प्रभु श्री राम का नाम लेने का ये लोगों का अधिकार नहीं है। प्रभु श्री राम दशरथ राजा अपने पिता के लिए वनवास चले गए और ये लोगों ने अपने पिता बाला साहब ठाकरे, राजनीतिक पिता बाला साहब ठाकरे की शिवसेना को वनवास में भेजने का काम किया है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के गुलाम होकर।
उद्धव ठाकरेंची प्रतिक्रिया आली आहे। खरी शिवसेना ही शिंदेची असल्याचं विधानसभा अध्यक्षांनी निकाल दिलेला आहे। भरत गोगावले हेच वीट मान्य केलेले आहे।
बघा, विधानसभा अध्यक्ष यांना काय अधिकार आहे निर्णय देण्याचा? 65 वर्षापूर्वी 60 वर्षापूर्वी ज्या शिवसेनेची स्थापना बाळासाहेब ठाकरेंनी केली, त्या शिवसेनेची मालकी भारतीय जनता पक्षाने नेमलेले एक व्यक्ती करणार का? निर्णय घेणार का? ज्या विधानसभा अध्यक्षांना बरं का त्यांची नेमणूक दिल्ली करते, दिल्लीच्या मेहरबानीवर त्या खुर्चीवर बसतात, दिल्लीचे आदेश पाळतात, ते शिवसेनेचा भविष्य काय ठरवणार? बाळासाहेब ठाकरेंची शिवसेना अशा प्रकारे तुम्हाला दुसऱ्या चोर मंडळाच्या हातात सोपवण्याचा अधिकार कोणी दिला? जनता ठरवेल आता काय ते। पण ज्यांनी हे निर्णय दिले, जे आज फटाके वाजवत आहेत, जे आज आनंद व्यक्त करतायत, त्यांच्या म्होरक्यांची अवस्था ही इटलीतल्या मुसोलिनीसारखी होईल, हे लक्षात घ्या। लोक त्यांना सोडणार नाहीत। बाळासाहेब ठाकरेंच्या शिवसेनेची अशी अवस्था करणं, ती मातीमोल करण्याचा प्रयत्न करणं, हा महाराष्ट्राच्या पाठीत, मराठी माणसाच्या पाठीत खंजीर खुपसण्याचा अत्यंत अघोरी प्रकार आहे। पण शिवसेना यातून उभी राहील, उभी राहते आहे, लक्षात घ्या। आमचं आव्हान आहे, निवडणुका घ्या आणि कोणती शिवसेना हे आता तुम्ही ठरवा। मी माझं बोलणं पूर्ण
त्याला आपण जातो त्याला कोणता विचार घेऊन गेलो असतो हा सुद्धा मुद्दा महत्त्वाचा असतो। परंतु त्या मुद्द्याची चर्चा ज्यावेळेला आमच्याकडे निकालाची पूर्ण प्रत प्राप्त होईल त्याला त्याच्यावर आम्ही कॉमेंट करू शकू। पण आजचा तरी दिवस असा आहे की महाराष्ट्राच्या जनतेने आम्हाला युती म्हणून निवडून दिलेलं होतं आणि तो महाराष्ट्राच्या जनतेने दिलेला कौल आणि त्याच्याबरोबर आम्ही
Coming to light from the state of Maharashtra, one of abject elation celebration coming in from the Eknath Shinde faction, the other of acute protest coming in from the UBT Shiv Sena, the Uddhav Thackeray faction. The speaker today finally gave his verdict, handed over the real Shiv Sena tag to Eknath Shinde, making it very clear that Eknath Shinde's MLAs will not be disqualified. Handing over the Sena to Eknath Shinde, but has he also handed over the sympathy card to Uddhav Thackeray? Let's cut across right now immediately to ground zero. Joining me from there is my colleague Mustafa Sheikh. Mustafa, two very different visuals coming in right now. One of celebration by the Eknath Shinde faction, understandably so, and the other one of protest.
Yes, of course, Preeti. Yeah, right here, what you can see is the Eknath Shinde's office, where you can see that workers have gathered here. There are celebrations taking place. On the other side, just 2 blocks away from here, is the Uddhav Thackeray camp's office, where some time ago they had come out on road. This is the same road now which has been basically barricaded by the police. The police presence is heavy. They are not allowing anybody from Eknath Shinde's office to go outside or Uddhav Thackeray's office to come outside, so that the clash between two party workers, because these offices are just 2 blocks away, should not happen, and that's the precaution which at this point the police has taken. But yes, it's the vibrant mood out here in Eknath Shinde's office, but it's the other way around. If you see in Uddhav Thackeray's basically the offices which are of belonging to Uddhav faction, but at the same time no decision has been made on who will be disqualified. None of the MLAs which was expected out, the 55 MLAs of the Shiv Sena, none of the MLAs have been disqualified as of now. But yes, the question big question is about the political party, and the political party which has been again given to what you can say Eknath Shinde is a big setback for Uddhav Thackeray. We'll speak to the spokesperson of Eknath Shinde camp. There is a big win for you, sir. आपकी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी को स्पीकर ने भी, विधानसभा अध्यक्ष ने भी, आप कह सकते हैं कि मान्यता दे दी है।
यस, ये एक बहुत बड़ी जीत है, एक ऐतिहासिक विजय जो पूरे देश ने देखा और जिनके साथ सच्चाई थी, ऐसी हमारी शिवसेना पार्टी को आदरणीय जज साहब, न्यायमूर्ति जी, हमारे विधानसभा के अध्यक्ष राहुल नार्वेकर जी ने पूरा का पूरा शिवसेना को और पूरे 16 जो हमारे विधायक थे उनको मान्यता दी और उनको पात्र ठहराया है। इस बात का आज जल्लोष पूरे मुंबई में, पूरे महाराष्ट्र में किया जा रहा है और जो सच था वो सच आज उजागर हो गया।
All right, okay, Mustafa, coming right back to you. Let's quickly take our viewers through the latest that is coming, viewers. The speaker today made it very clear the real Shiv Sena is that of Eknath Shinde. Eknath Shinde faction has been judged by the speaker as the Shiv Sena party in the assembly. Eknath Shinde was validly, as per the speaker, appointed of leader of Shiv Sena in assembly. It was not an illegal appointment as per the speaker. Bharat Gogavle was validly, legally appointed as chief whip of the party with what had gone down. And Sunil Prabhu as whip was illegal. So the real Shiv Sena is that of Eknath Shinde. However, protests also right now by the Uddhav Sena faction. We're going to be hearing in from them very soon. You just heard Sanjay Raut coming in. But what has gone down? The Maharashtra Assembly Speaker Rahul Navrekar announced that the Chief Minister Eknath Shinde-led faction is the real Shiv Sena, further adding that the Shinde Sena MLAs cannot be disqualified. Speaker highlighted that Uddhav Thackeray had no power to remove Shinde and also rejecting plea filed by Uddhav faction to hold the 2018 constitution of the party amendment as valid, said there was nothing like that where the election commission was concerned, and the constitution which was there in 1999 would be held valid, which is there with the EC, and in that constitution it was not Uddhav Thackeray who was the party head, the pramukh of the Shiv Sena. Let's listen into the reactions and cut across to our guests.
The analysis, observations, conclusions, findings and rulings recorded from paragraph 82 to paragraph 158 herein above, I conclude as follows. Shinde faction was the real Shiv Sena political party when the rival factions emerged on 21st June 2022. Shri Sunil Prabhu ceased to be the duly authorized whip from 21st June 2022. Shri Bharat Gogavle was validly appointed as the whip of Shiv Sena political party on 21st June 2023. Shri Eknath Shinde was validly appointed as the leader of the Shiv Sena political party on 21st June 2023. Shiv Sena Pramukh does not have any power to remove any leader of the party. Thus, the submission of the petitioner that Shri Uddhav Thackeray, Vide, letter dated 30/6/2022, had removed Shri Eknath Shinde from the post of Shiv Sena leader cannot be accepted, as such power are not vested with the party president, reflecting the will of the political party. Also, having held that the Shinde faction was the real political party when the rival factions emerged, the submission of the petitioner that the respondents have gone incommunicado ceases to hold any meaning for the purpose of disqualification.
बचपन से हमने ये कहावत सुनी थी, वही होता है जो मंजूर खुदा होता है। रिपब्लिक है देश के, फिर कहा गया वही होता है जो मंजूर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन होता है। 2014 के बाद से एक नई परंपरा शुरू हुई है, वही होता है जो मंजूर अमित शाह और नरेंद्र मोदी होता है, और वही हम एक्शन में देख रहे हैं महाराष्ट्र में जिस तरीके से निर्णय लिए जा रहे हैं। ये कुछ नहीं है, ये मौका परस्ती है, अनफॉर्चुनेट कॉम्प्रोमाइज ऑफ एथिक्स है। जिस चीज को सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने इलीगल और अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बोला था उसको वैध करने का काम हो रहा है, ये दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है।
एकनाथ शिंदे जी की कुर्सी बच गई है, लेकिन उद्धव ठाकरे के ग्रुप में हलचल मच गई है। मतलब जो स्पीकर ने फैसला दिया है, ये फैसला नियम के मुताबिक है, कानून के मुताबिक है, और 2/3 मेजोरिटी के माध्यम से मतलब एकनाथ शिंदे के पास 37 MLA है, और इसीलिए इलेक्शन कमीशन ने भी मतलब सही शिवसेना एकनाथ शिंदे जी के ही मानी थी। तो ये फैसला जो आया है ये बहुत अच्छा फैसला है, और ये फैसला संविधान के मुताबिक है, कानून के मुताबिक है, और इसीलिए मैं इस निर्णय का स्वागत करता हूं।
All right, so the big question, has the speaker handed over the real Shiv Sena to Eknath Shinde but the sympathy card to Uddhav Thackeray? Let's take it to our panelists. Dr. Raju Wagmare, spokesperson Maharashtra Congress, joining us. Rajiv Pandey, spokesperson Maharashtra BJP, with us. Sanjana Ghadi, spokesperson Shiv Sena. Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray as well with us right now. Sanjana Ghadi, today a big blow to Uddhav Thackeray. You have no control over the real Shiv Sena. That parent party now very clearly is of Eknath Shinde. You are not the Shiv Sena, ma'am.
So it's ये already declared था उद्धव साहब की तरफ से कि मैच फिक्सिंग हो चुकी है और वही रिजल्ट आना था, तो हम लोग वो रिजल्ट देख रहे हैं। एंड ये कंप्लीटली अवेयर है हम लोग कि हमारा आगे की जो लड़ाई है वो इसके आगे सुप्रीम कोर्ट हम लोग जा रहे हैं, और साथ ही हमारा निर्णय है वो महाराष्ट्र की जनता के दरबार में होगा, और उसके लिए हम पूरी तरह से तैयार हैं।
All right, Rajiv Pandey, by doing what the speaker has done today, the Uddhav Thackeray faction had already laid the ground, saying that this is going to be a fixed match. What we are expecting is already prejudged, because 3 days before you had Eknath Shinde meeting the speaker. It's like a convict meeting the judge before the conviction or before the order comes in. But having said that, Rajiv Pandey, now what has also happened by the virtue of this is a basic sympathy vote or sympathy card for Uddhav Thackeray. Do you fear that?
Priti ji, first, I think you would have heard the whole statement of Mr. Speaker, and on what ground this order is passed. You have to understand one thing. This judgment, everybody knows that it may be tested before the Honorable Supreme Court of India. As a lawyer, I personally feel this judgment is based on the sound legal footing, that as per the Honorable Supreme Court of India, that if the constitution which is not filed with the Election Commission, that constitution cannot be taken into consideration, and that's why 1999 constitution is taken the basis of this judgment, and this judgment is completely on the basis of sound legal footing. Now the issue is about the political issue. You see very well that Shiv Sena UBT doesn't exist in Maharashtra except Mumbai.
Okay.
In Mumbai also, just listen to me. In Mumbai also, I think most of the ex-corporator, I think around 40 from Shiv Sena has already joined real Shiv Sena. And I can say only one line. Today is the victory of democracy, because the private limited parties will not survive in this country. That okay. I have for.
All right, news just coming in, interrupting the BJP spokesperson there, Uddhav Sena, as they had decided, will now approach the Supreme Court. They had already filed an affidavit 2 days ago stating that there could be partiality, or the verdict of the speaker could be skewed because the speaker met Eknath Shinde 3 days before the verdict. Now, Uddhav Thackeray will go to the Supreme Court, but what will it tantamount to? Practically nothing much legality-wise. Sahil Joshi, I want to bring you in. What lies before now Uddhav Thackeray? Number one, yes, they're going to go to the Supreme Court, but there's an election in order. At best, Uddhav Thackeray can go with the sympathy card to the voter and say, my party has been stolen from me.
Well, that is the card he's going to play, and the way they were playing it. In fact, we spoke before the verdict. That is what was the expectation. That was the prediction I had made while speaking to you at around 4:30. Now, interestingly, what I could see in this is that the speaker has not disqualified Uddhav Thackeray's MLAs as well. So, if he would have disqualified Uddhav Thackeray's MLAs, then they could have rushed to the Supreme Court asking for the relief, asking for the stay on speaker's order, so that their MLAs should not be disqualified. And that could have been termed as an urgency in the matter. But now that his MLAs have not been disqualified, they will immediately move to the Supreme Court. But I have doubts that whether Supreme Court will hear it immediately. And even in the Supreme Court, the hearing will go on for 2-3 months. By the time the Lok Sabha elections will get over, and then within 6 months of time, Maharashtra Assembly elections in October are due. And by the time Supreme Court will arrive to on the verdict, we cannot predict at this point of time whether Speaker's position will be upheld, whether the Supreme Court will go against the Speaker's version of the events. We will have to wait and see. But even if it goes in favor of Uddhav Thackeray, it serves no purpose, because by the time the elections will already there in couple of months, and the purpose of the whole fight will go in vain. Most importantly, the way Rahul Navrekar has given this verdict, it's interesting to see, to put it in nutshell, in 5 points, what Rahul Navrekar has said. 1, the party belongs to Eknath Shinde. 2, the whip of Eknath Shinde is the real whip of Shiv Sena. 3, Uddhav Thackeray was the leader of the party in 2018 and in 2022. But the constitution of the Shiv Sena does not belong to Uddhav Thackeray. It doesn't gel with Uddhav Thackeray's leadership, because the constitution accepted by the Election Commission of India is from 1999, and the constitution which gives power to Uddhav Thackeray to decide the party's party's strategy, party's orders does not apply. So because they are not in conformity with each other, the leadership structure of Uddhav Thackeray cannot be taken into consideration while deciding who actually were giving the orders in June 2022. And the fourth most important point, because Eknath Shinde's whip was not issued to Uddhav Thackeray's MLAs, they did not receive the whip. That is the reason why they did not disobey the whip, and that is the reason why even Uddhav Thackeray's MLAs cannot be disqualified. Now, please understand, it's very difficult for the people to understand what exactly has transpired. He has accepted that Uddhav Thackeray was the leader of the party in 2022, but his leadership structure of the party is not in conformity with the constitution of the party, and that is the reason why the decisions which were being taken by Uddhav Thackeray at this particular that point of time cannot be considered as the party order, order of the party, the decision of the party into June 2022, and that is the reason why whatever the majority of the MLAs decided in June 2022 is the will of the party, and that is the reason why Eknath Shinde is the leader of the legislative party in Maharashtra Assembly. So it is very interesting judgment, and I think he has given a blueprint to a lot of people. The whole 10th schedule was brought in India to keep a check on the wholesale trading of the MLAs, the wholesale defection of the MLAs, and that was the worry which actually has happened, and it has also got the affirmity, the conformity, and
Sahil, bang on, stay with me, because somewhere down the line he's also laying precedent, because by 31st January there also has to be a decision that needs to be made on the NCP disqualification of MLAs. I'm going to come right back. Sahil, let me introduce.
Just give me one line.
Sir, let me introduce Dr. Raju Wagmare. He hasn't come in yet. Spokesperson, Maharashtra Congress. Dr. Raju Wagmare, with what has gone down today, do you see this as a setback or possible a creation of a sympathy wave that you could ride on in Lok Sabha?
See, actually, you don't need a fortune teller to tell today's judgment what judgment will Mr. Navrekar will give. It was clear-cut judgment would come, and because the criteria being all this political situation is to keep Shinde as a CM, take as much time as they can to come close to the election. So this judgment, definitely they will come. They knew that when they will come with this judgment, it's clearly that Mr. Navrekar is much intelligent and much superior or much very talented scholar of constitution than the Supreme Court itself, when Supreme Court denied the whip which created by the Eknath Shinde. So this is like this kind of judgment when Mr. Navrekar is giving, it is clearly things that they just wanted to kill the time. They know that the Uddhav Thackeray will go to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court will take time to give the judgment, and they want that time. But it is good that Mr. Sahil said that by the time the judgment will come, the Vidhan Sabha elections will be there in Maharashtra in another 4-5 months' time. And that is a crucial time. Before that, this judgment will come. And we hope and we knew that this judgment will come from the Supreme Court. and it will be disqualified under the 10th schedule, para 3,
Okay.
that the Eknath Shinde's party, and that time the sympathy wave as well as the total participation of each and every Shiv Sainik from Maharashtra with Mr. Uddhav Thackeray, because
Okay.
everybody knows that the party belongs to Uddhav Thackeray and his father, and this kind of clerical
Okay.
things what Mr. Navrekar is bringing forward, it is useless. There is
Okay.
no any legal
Mr.
point
Pandey,
for
you
this.
wanted to come in quickly, come in, and I'll cut
Yes,
across to
just-
Sahil again and we'll close the show.
Yes,
Go ahead, Mr.
I'm
Mr.
only
Pandey,
saying
make your
that
point.
there are two aspects. One, what Sahil ji has said, that, this is about the wholesale trading. In my opinion, he has not read that law, that if the cadre wants that their leader has gone beyond their ideology, they can desert even their leader also. That's why if 3/4 people are together, they can leave the party and that will become party. That is the case. Second point, even Election Commission has also given name and symbol to Eknath Shinde. Third point,
But that
what
had no
Congress
bearing.
spoke.
Okay,
No,
but
I'm saying
Mr.
something
Pandey,
else.
no, Mr.
Only one
Pandey,
line,
the
only
Supreme
one
Court
line.
made it very clear that had no bearing on this decision.
Yeah, I know that. But I'm saying even Election Commission has also taken into what now Congress spokesperson is saying. Finally, Congress spokesperson belongs to a party which is a family private limited party. In India, political party cannot be the private limited party, Preeti ji. It's a political party is not a private property that you can give it to your son.
Mr. Wagmare, come back for
ideology.
10 seconds and I want to bring in Sahil. Mr. Wagmare, go ahead.
See, the BJP leaders does not have a family. So how that will be a family party? Because
So you are supporting this, that
run
you are
away
a
from
family
the
Okay, this is
family.
going to get into an argument, Sahil. I
Yes,
want to bring you back,
family.
encapsulate for
So
us
what
in
do you bring to the family?
very shortly, Sahil. I want to bring you back. Do we have Sahil Joshi with us? Okay, we have Sahil Joshi with us. Sahil, do come in. You wanted to make a point. What from now on? Is the Lok Sabha election open where Uddhav Thackeray will go to the people and said, they've taken my party away from me?
Well, of course, he's going to play the sympathy card. And, if you ask me, nobody is surprised here in Maharashtra that the Speaker's decision has come up like this. In fact, it was a predictable decision, the way it was being spoken. The after Election Commission's decision of, giving the party to Eknath Shinde, it was pretty clear that on what lines Rahul Navrekar is going to go. Because if he would have gone otherwise, it would have been a big political chaos in Maharashtra, and the BJP wouldn't have any other option than to go with the president's rule in Maharashtra, because it would have been a similar decision for Ajit Pawar camp as well.
True.
Now
There's
Ajit
one
Pawar
coming in
must
on the
be
31st.
sighing a relief.
Okay, it will be a sigh
Yes,
of
of
relief,
course.
and I need to close the show. Appreciate all of you for joining us. It's going to be a debate which will continue, but right now we have a fair idea what's going to go down on the 31st of January when the decision comes up on the NCP in a similar fashion. A quick break. When we return, we're going to cut across to the other big, massive political story. Finally, the Congress has reacted on the invitation of the inauguration of Ram Mandir on the 22nd of this month, and they are saying they are not going to go, respectfully decline on 2 counts. One, they say that this is an invitation which is going to play out like a political project of the BJP and the RSS. Number 2, they say the Mandir is not complete. Why is the BJP in such a hurry to inaugurate an incomplete temple? Is it for Lok Sabha elections?